we round all the time. So if you're trying to plan a trip somewhere, okay, so suppose that one way is going to be 1,200 miles, right? Now, suppose that your vehicle gets 30 miles per gallon. The question here is, what is the cost? What's the cost for the round trip? Because when you go on a vacation or you go somewhere, you really should be budgeting. How much money is this going to cost? Well, I know how much the hotel costs and how much it's going to cost to go to the amusement park and all that stuff. Yeah, but have you figured out how much it's going to cost for gas? How much you're going to spend on food when you're there? Or do you just assume that it's all going to go to plan? Nothing to worry about. If you can get 30 miles per gallon, how many gallons of gas does it take to go 1,200 miles? How would you figure it out? You would divide 1,200 by 30, right? This is math made easy for you. Come on, kids, check this out. You can divide by 10, which is kind of like canceling those zeros. We get lazy and we can do that. So I have 120 divided by 3, which is what? That is 40. So it's going to take me 40 gallons of gas just to get there. I got to come back, right? Well, you can just fly back and do what with the car? So we need to come back, right? So that's going to be a total of now understand this is only an estimate because although it may be 1,200 miles to get there according to Google Maps, or as the old people say, as the crow flies, you still may stop to take an excursion to check out a little park, or you want to go eat at Chick-fil-A, or you forgot underwear so you got to stop at Walmart, right? Or once you actually get to your destination, do you just park your car and you leave it? No, maybe you go out to eat, maybe you go sightseeing, who knows. So this is just an estimate. Now how much is gas? We don't know? I don't know, just put the thing in my car and whatever it tells me to pay, I pay. Right now gas is about what? About $3.15, let's say about $3, right? Because who knows, I might get more than 30 miles per gallon. Maybe if the wind is blowing in my back the whole way and I'm drafting off of an 18-wheeler, yeah, no problems. So if gas is about $3 per gallon, how much money is it going to cost me just in gas to get out there and back? Oh, you know this. If you're going to put in 80 gallons of gas and it's $3 a gallon, how do you figure out the cost? You multiply times the 3 times the 80, right? So the estimated cost is $240, right? I see, you do things like this so you can figure out, well, maybe it would be easier if I just flew. Now, suppose you're trying to fly from here out to, say, Orlando, or you're going out to LA, okay? Well, if the price of a ticket one way is $200, excuse me, if you can get round-trip tickets for $200, how much would it cost a family of 5 to fly? $1,000. So is it worth $1,000 to avoid driving? I mean, that'd be an extra $760. Of course, if you drive 1,200 miles, you may have to stop for a hotel room. You have to buy meals. But then you have the whole issue of, I have to take care of my whole family on an airplane where I can't just pull off and stop in the middle of the air if I need to, right? So there's the whole economics and the psychology part of what is most beneficial to us. Now notice, everything here is an estimate, right? What if I told you that your car as far as you know, has been averaging 31.3 miles per gallon. And suppose gas is really $3.17, but of course the 9/10, because we have to screw up everything, right? Now, don't tell anybody I'm doing this. But let's see what this would look like if you used your calculator. Okay? So, on my calculator, I'm just going to get a little lazy here. So, on my calculator, we need to go 1,200 miles, right? You know what, hold on. Let me not do that. Let's do this. So I need to go 1,200 miles, but I'm getting 31.3 miles per gallon, right? That gives me a total of 38.33 gallons going one way. But I've got to come back, right? So what do? What did I do before? I multiplied it times 2 to give me the total number of gallons. But then here's the cost per gallon right here, so I multiply this times 3.179. And so in blue, that would tell me that it should cost me $243 and how many cents? Nope, 76, because you have to round, right? And we estimated it to be what? 240. Okay. Is my estimate good enough for what I'm trying to do? Will you really be able to come up with an exact value for how much money you need to budget for gas? No. There are too many variables involved. You don't know if there's going to be traffic or an accident, how the wind's going to be blowing and affecting the gas mileage. Because if you've ever tried to drive into the wind, that totally screws up your gas mileage. Went to Corpus one time, and what the gas mileage should have been about 32 or 33, it was 27. I drove into the wind the whole time. If you were doing taxes, anybody here do taxes? Yeah, that should be all of you, because you're law-abiding citizens who pay your taxes. When you file your taxes, if you use things like TurboTax, or even if you're filling it out yourself, they will let you round to the nearest whole dollar. So if your money, if your total income is this, they don't make you actually put in the 0.92. You can if you want to. I do, because I'm kind of anal that way. But for tax purposes, you could just really type in what? $45,070, because you would round to the nearest whole. So you look here and you're going to add 1, so that makes it $45,070. And if you don't believe it, who's ever used TurboTax? Anybody? If you look at the paperwork that you actually file, they don't even show the decimals on there. They round to the nearest whole number. Hey, if it's good enough for the government, it's good enough for us, right?